coming in on the Newsweek, politics, where we see Republicans subpoena in Trump's probe leaves them disappointed. Yeah, okay. But we see that it's the disposition of the former Manhattan prosecutor who oversaw the investigation into former into well, told you about that, into the President of the United States, Donald J. Trump. You know what I'm saying? You know, and he still is. He ain't former than me until you can prove that you didn't cheat the election. Alleged hush money payments and this bullshit charge thing that you keep coming up talking about a porn star. You out your mind. And this is our government today, a kangaroo joking clown show. You know what I'm saying? Doesn't matter which one of them it is. You know what I'm saying? Alleged hush money to payments, deaf GOP lawmakers disappointed. Yeah, imagine that. Well, the GOP need to get a back spine and push harder. You know what I'm saying? On Friday, Mark, what's his name? Pomerantz? Pomerantz, or whatever his name is. He might be a former for sure. You know what I'm saying? Who worked on Manhattan District Attorney, you know what I'm saying? Who worked for the District Attorney Manhattan, Nutcase Bragg's office for about a year, and who wrote books about his experience on his investigation, apparently before the House Judiciary Committee in a closed door disposition. House Republicans, as we see, had fought to get Pomerantz, or whatever his name is, to testify, subpoenaing him and going to battle with Nutcase Braggs, you know what I'm saying, Boo for sure, who sued, who sued the committee chairman, chairman, representative, excuse me, Jim Jordan of Ohio, in an attempt to stop the interview, which didn't make much sense to me. The subpoena was issued after Nutcase Braggs unsealed 34 felony charge against 34 charges against Trumpy Baby, for alleged falsifying business records focused on a 130,000 payment to a film star, Stormy Daniels, ahead of the 2016 election, you know what I'm saying, to keep quiet about their alleged affairs. You know what I'm saying? Trump has denied all charges, wouldn't you? These nutcases, Republican yeah, did he want the word lawmaker? Did he want the L? Or you skipping, typing fast? Mm-hmm. But we see where Republicans lawmakers were left dissatisfied with Friday's disposition after Pomerantz, or whatever his name is, repeatedly invoked the Fifth Amendment. Imagine that. How did I know he was going to do that? Mm, he invoked the Fifth Amendment, shutting down questions about the probe that led to the criminal charges against Trump. And imagine that. Now, that's a criminal act in its full. They talk about Fifth Amendment. You know what I'm saying? In certain situations, we understand the Constitution has its amendments. But when we're talking about accusations or criminal charges against a standing president, there is no way you should be able, when it comes to criminalizing that president as well and bringing charges against him. You know what I'm saying? No official or no lawmaker should be able to invoke no Fifth Amendment to shut it down. That means that they are part of a coup, tyranny, and Luciferian criminality in more ways than one. Because why would you shut it down? You know what I'm saying? Why would you shut it down? You should be put under the decree to be able to enact it, but not to block the questions that they need in a serious sense of the accusations put against a standing president. You know what I'm saying? This doesn't make much sense. You know what I mean? But we see Representative Matt Gaetz of Florida, Republican, on the committee told reporters after, you know what I'm saying, the hour long meeting, you know what I'm saying, that the panel was not getting many answers. Oh, of course not. This is the demon Democrats. Oh, excuse me. This is demon Democrats for you. They believe they don't have to answer shit. But they got to answer. You tell me. They feel that they run shit. And they are Luciferian like a mob. You know what I'm saying? Talking about AI and all kinds of foolishness. You know what I'm saying? These beasts is sitting up there doing a lot of garbage. And it's all going to come down on the people if the people don't get it together. But they're saying they were not getting many answers. And Representative Darrell Isaac, you know what I'm saying, another GOP committee, you know what I'm saying, member from California, you know what I'm saying, described Pomerantz, or whatever his name is, as a, what's his face, as an as an obstructing witness who has no intentions of answering any questions. Oh yeah, oh yeah. hmm You know, but now that has been Trump, and they called Trump to answer questions, and he was doing this, which he probably did in more ways than one. You see what I'm saying? But I still feel that when it comes to a standing president, and you have other people and lawmakers that are supposed to be, you know, under oath or have been under the oath of government or involved in anything to do with the government based on bringing criminal charges against a standing president, there should be no Fifth Amendment statute for that because we're talking about high treason, you see, and espionage and always and all types of shit going on here that doesn't look right. I don't give a damn if it is, but it is to me. And we need to do something about that before it gets to a point where you know it's just completely out of hand. You know what I'm saying? We even see a Republican call for a House Speaker to resign amid controversy of him being high like the sky. You know what I'm saying? We see Ron DeSantis, you know, will launch a 2024 presidential bid during events, you know what I'm saying, and so forth with, I guess, Elon Musk, who gives a flying crap. These people are, when you talk about these different people, you know what I'm saying? We see Trump, second day in court, a viral experience, you know what I mean? Coming down. We see no sign of progress from White House Republicans in tough debt ceiling talks. Oh, yeah, this is a usual game that they play when it comes to the debt ceiling, this controversy, this chaos. I told you, they love chaos. You know what I mean? And we know that for a fact. They love some damn chaos. You know, they ain't fooling me with that piece of crap. You know, and this is how they've been running our government, you know, in this kangaroo way for years, for years, you know, and it seems to still have these oppressive values on the people in more ways than one. It's not just black people anymore because a lot of white people who stood up and spoke up and were scientists and so forth, they got criminalized. I mean, blackballed and demonized and shut down as well. You know, when they were bringing true facts about Africa and Egypt and so forth, they didn't want the white people to even tell the truth. You know what I'm saying? And then you have many poor whites that are living among the United States, who lives in and born and raised in the United States, but they always get, as black people as well now, many of them get the shitty end of the stick. You know what I'm saying? But we see Ron DeSantis talking about he gonna launch a campaign. I hope his campaign is about trueness and not some scheme with the being, because he's in Florida. Ron DeSantis launched his 2024 campaign during a social media event with Elon Musk on Wednesday night. Multiple sources familiar with the matter told CBS. But I don't give a heck because I don't trust Elon Musk in no shape or form, and I don't understand how he's the richest man on the planet or wherever you want to call the bullshit. You know what I'm saying? And all these guys jump up. And then when we look at all these guys, you know what I'm saying, that have all this money and jumping up out of nowhere, they always seem to be doing some Luciferian wicked shit, and then doing it in ways that we must accept it as if it's normality. This has been the problem even when it comes to the oppression across the land on people in many different countries. We supposed to look at the garbage that they do as if like it's okay. We really don't pay much mind until it hits wham bam, thank you, ma'am. You know what I'm saying? And get out of my face and start growing up. You know what I'm saying? We see another day in court with the Trumpy Bear went viral. It's a viral experience coming by Graham Gates. You know what I mean? Gates, 12 hours ago Eastern Standard Time. We see a live from Mar-a-Lago. The President of the United States, Donald J. Trump, was televised for an audience of one, the judge in his criminal case. You know what I'm saying? The television star turned presidential, turned president, the television star turned president, appeared Tuesday afternoon for an unusual criminal court appearance. The setup in which the defendant appears virally live or whatever video feed instead of in person in an extraordinarily rare and typically used for those who are hostile, according to the court spokesman, uh, Lucan, whatever his name is. Okay, great. Yeah, some bull. You know what I'm saying? And we still see, again, like I said, the debt ceiling bull that continues to go on. You know what I mean? In more ways than one. Even when we look at the LGBTQ situation or whatever they call it themselves doing, we're trying to figure out why it is you're driving so hard something that really doesn't have a bottom to it at all. It just seems like you want to push this chaotic measure to its full pinnacle. And I don't understand why. You know what I'm saying? And when we look at even the accusations that are even made against the even Democratic president, this doesn't look good. And this been going on with quite a while with this LGBTQ. I don't understand. And then they start talking about civil rights. What civil rights? It doesn't even make sense. You're trying to incorporate what black people had to go through and fight for as your cause, but when we look at you, it doesn't look right. And why do you censor people's comment when they say so? But when you say it, or you pushing this agenda or whatever, they don't censor yours. Something ain't right there. You know what I'm saying? And I said it. And it goes to show. But we see new bill detain will force detained illegal migrants to provide, you know what I'm saying, I guess, provide DNA fingerprint for nationwide crime enforcement. You know what I'm saying? This is coming in by Brandon Gillespie 6 hours ago, Eastern Standard Day. You know what I mean? But a new bill posed in the Alabama state legislature would require, you know what I'm saying, would require illegal immigrants, as we see illegal immigrants detained by law enforcement in the state to provide DNA sample and fingerprints, you know what I'm saying, cataloging in order to prevent criminals from released from being released to commit more crimes under a different identity. Good measure. You still have to do that because they do it through us and we live here. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times that has to come up because there's going to be a range of this going on. You know what I'm saying? There's going to be a range of things taking a huge shape. You know what I'm saying? In movies and one because people are not putting together a form of understanding that would do so. You know what I'm saying? We see a father and son will go to prison for a $20 million lottery scheme. People doing all kinds of stuff. You know what I'm saying? They're doing all kinds of craziness. You know? So we even see, you know, we see House Oversight Chair links Creed Biden investigation to Trump polling. You know what I'm saying? Darling outreach from the top Democrats, demon Democrats, I would say. You know what I'm saying? This is covered by Brian Bennett one day ago on that vibe. You know what I'm saying? On that vibe. But we see here where 5 months after the Republican launch, you know what I'm saying, an investigation into President Creed Joe Biden's son, Hunter Biden, which I don't understand how the hell he got up in our government and got so much talk and pull and this and that. But it goes to show you there is still a form of some kind of white privilege that's going on. And a game that is still being played that where you can get this man prosecuted, but you could get a standing president. You know what I'm saying? And then you can't even get creep Joe Biden either. You know what I'm saying? Because he's a standing president that definitely showed criminality in all ways. So, you know what I'm saying? Why they can't get it. You know what I'm saying? And other members of his family, they have so far failed to identify any business dealings that may have influenced his decision as a creepy ass vice president. But Representative, Republican James Comer, the Kentucky Republican who chaired the House Oversight Committee, said on Monday that his committee public airing of overseas business transaction by the Hunter creepy nut. He's buying and other members of his relatives was helping under J. Trump be big, baby, presidential campaign. During an interview on Fox News, Comer linked the Republican investigation into creep Joe Biden relatives to Trump's poll numbers. You know what I'm saying? In movies and one, you know what I mean? When we look at it, you know, we see House Republicans' frustration with FBI Director Wary reached boiling point. You see, reached boiling point. It's coming in by Sarah Bradford one day ago, Washington Examiner. But we see it's reached a boiling point. You know, he's relatively rare sight on cable news and Capitol Hill without the succession surrounding the dismissal of the predecessor in 2017. He hardly be a household name. He's almost never addressed reporters' comments on, never addressed reporters or comments on headlines or use social media. Yeah, he's one hell of a sneaker, ain't he? But FBI Director Christopher Wray has managed to raise the irony of Republicans to a boiling point, in a large part by staying silent. The series of embarrassing revelations about the FBI over the past week has laid bare frustration with Weary that have simmered in the House GOP conference for a month. 4 months. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he gonna do that shit because he know he working with the Joe Biden administration, and it's all a criminal game that they're playing, and they're bringing in AI and drove the country damn near to the breaking point of falling over the edge. You know what I'm saying? But we see GOP chair speechless after senior FBI official said she hasn't read the Durham report. Of course, she ain't gonna read the Durham report. You know what I'm saying? They all on the run trying to cover the behinds. They're real good at that too, the demon. They've been doing that for years. You know, White House cover up, keep Joe Biden camp exposed for hiding transcripts of bumbling Perez forgotten. Oh, Perez getting how Perez forgetting how son Bauer died. You know, that's their business, and we're not interested in that. You know what I'm saying? If the U.S. breached the debt ceiling, these states would feel it most. It shouldn't have to get to even that point to feel anything at all. But this is what the demon Democrats do. We're not going to raise taxes. We're not going to spend our money. We're going to close the budget. We're going to make that the first thing they do when they get in. Oh, but we got to make 1.9 trillion. You know what I'm saying? A Build Back Better plan. Boom. Then next thing you know, there's this and there's that, and the deficit stay wide open. And oh, we got to fund this war. We got to fund that war. That's why they always start wars, because they're making money. Uh, and people think it's some kind of holy grail that they're doing to save the world. You know what I'm saying? And they got our soldiers looking like, it's not looking right. And they're working, some of the most are probably working right along with the foolish. You know what I'm saying? We got to come better. Our country is in trouble. And it's been for a long time. But we see House Speaker McCarthy alleged call for explosions in prosecution, exclusions, and I'm sorry, in prosecution. You know what I'm saying? Of Republican sheriff debunk a false expert confirmed. You know what I mean? With his crooked behind. Even got Hillary Clinton up there talking a bunch of stupidness these days too. She's still trying, but it's coming at 14 hours ago off the real stream. Newsbreak contributed 14 hours ago, Eastern Standard Time. You know what I mean? We see on May 17th an intriguing post surface on Facebook. Yeah, of course, stirring up a whirlwind of discussions. The post accompanied by a direct link and achieve link. You know, broidery assessor, and gave accusations against the Republican leader of the House, Kevin McCarthy. You know what I'm saying? With striking convictions, the proof proclaimed breaking House Speaker Kevin McCarthy had advocated for immediate expulsion and potential prosecution of Representative Adam Schiff for committing crimes of treason against the United States. And yes, he did. You know what I'm saying? It ain't gonna be the first or the last, because they go way back from the past to now. You know what I mean. You know, I guess he said in crimes of treason against the United States. You know what I'm saying? The statement, you know what I'm saying, reverberated across the platform, you know, garnering over 100, garnering, whatever you want to call it, I think garnering 100 shares within a mere week. Surprisingly, similar posts on Instagram and Twitter also ignite intense interactions amongst users. Yeah, not with me though, because I knew the bullshit anyway. We see fresh evidence. Justice is sweeping creep Joe Biden family criminal under the rug. Of course, this is what they do. They could literally blow our country to smithereens, and y'all crazy people, not all, will still be sitting there letting them sweep it under the rug after killing trillions. Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. Mm-hmm. We see a California reparation task force member tells taxpayers to pay up their sin bill. That's a fact and point blank. We see Jordan Neely, uncle arrested for possession of stolen property one day after proclaiming Daniel Penny, you know what I'm saying, shouldn't receive a plea deal. You know what I'm saying? Okay, well, we see a whole lot of trying to, water down the issue. You know what I'm saying? Hmm. But we see Tucker Carlson had stories on alleged January 6th FBI informant on day on day he was fired. You know what I'm saying? Okay, but you need to reveal it as we see, as we see. You know what I'm saying? We see the voice, we see Bernie Sanders. It's Bernie. You know what I'm saying? Was right about the debt limit all along. We know who got us into this mess. Yeah, we damn sure do. You know what I mean? We see chaos breaks out on New York subway. Here we go again with the dumb shit. We got on the subway. Passengers square up. Okay. And I bet you it was a wheel of a good time. Because every time shit happens, it seems like they always take it to ourselves. But they did this before. This is not the first time. This goes even I think back in the 80s they had the same chaotic shit that was going on, keeping people distracted and so forth while they doing a bunch of garbage. You know what I'm saying? We see JP Morgan, freezes a customer's bank account in new scandal. Yeah, okay. We see judge issue final ruling in the 2022 election fraud case. You know what I'm saying? From what we see in here. You know what I mean? A fraud case. Imagine that. In this matter, we see crime files, the Medford massacre. Oh yeah. We see five. We see Uh, five falsification facts about the oldest indigenous tribe in America. You know what I'm saying? Okay, we know that. We see a whole lot of garbage going on in itself. You know what I'm saying? And we need to do something about it. And furthermore, more people need to pay more attention to a lot of this anyway. It seems like it's too scattered about. You know what I'm saying? It's too scattered about it. See, another one coming and saying, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. I'll be with a white girl. Words of wisdom and a warning. You know what I'm saying? All kinds of crazy shit coming down the pipe as usual. So this is Point Black saying, even here we have another one coming and saying, look at this. Ooh wee. What a picture, what a picture, what a picture. We got one coming and say the next pandemic, you know what I'm saying? This is coming in by who? Oh, New York Post. Mark, look like Lulani, Lulania, Nila, 15 hours ago, Eastern Standard Time, coming in off the post, the post. But we see here the next pandemic, even deadlier than COVID, is coming, warn the World Health Organization. Okay. hmm Oh yeah. hmm In we see here in we in the West were blind. China cracked down on businesses has has look like what has Misa or Mason or whatever. You know what I'm saying? We could care less about many of that, but we understand the points in which I hold in the beginning, and through this here we see Hoxel Adams call for Washington to expand immigration protection, blame GOP for the chaos. That's bullshit. And Kathy Hoxel ain't no more than a blood sucking worshiper, and we know it. And you will believe that piece of garbage coming from, you know what I'm saying, this so-called, they are not, did I tell you the demon Democrats do that? They cause the problem, they cause the chaos, they flood the chaos on the people and all this and type of shit. But the first thing they're going to do is they're going to try to blame it on someone else. How do we know? You know what I'm saying? So she fooled nobody. But we see Hoxel, you know, Hoxel Adams called for Washington to expand immigration protection and, you know, blame the GOP. This is nothing but wordplay and bullshit, and you know it. Chaos and the drive the drive functions or whatever function, whatever they want to call it. You know what I'm saying? They're lying. Listen to the demon Democrats, New York Kathy Hoxel and New York nutcase, you know what I'm saying, Adams were in lockstep Monday when they called for the Joe Biden administration in Washington D.C. officials to expedite work authorizing the immigration and provide other immigration protection while blaming the Republicans for soaring chaos and dreyfus or whatever. Who cares what the word is? The Republicans as dreyfus or whatever, dysfunction or whatever. You know what I'm saying? We see Republicans, as we know, have blocked all attempts to fix our broken immigration system. You know what I'm saying? No, they have not. You sense to break it completely. Stupid. You know what I'm saying? And people going right along with it, knowing this is a wrong move in all ways. 80,000 migrants coming to New York? Okay. All right. Mm-hmm. And the criminality is going to grow at a high alarming point. So they're pushing us to the breaking of total destruction in many ways. And you know for well that's where it's going to go. And it's probably going to be the whole lot of people getting hurt. You know what I'm saying? We're talking about broken system intentionally cause chaos and so forth. You know what I'm saying? Die functions or whatever or whatever they want to call it. Adam said at a joint press conference, and he is lying. 100%. He is lying. This solely lands on the creep Joe Biden administration, you know what I'm saying, and many other groups that have facilitated the chaos in order to to keep us confused. So many things happen at one time, you can't explain it, yada 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 yada. But meanwhile, the chaos in the bowl goes straight down the road into the pipe. And it happens anyway. People has got to wake up, especially Americans, and wake your behind up and stop sleeping and get to understanding what is going on. You know what I'm saying? You cannot just go quietly into the night, close your doors like Kathy Hoxer said, while a nuclear bomb is dropping and the explosion is traveling for miles, you know, reducing Brick millions to rubble. You live in a paper mache house that you're paying millions of dollars from, and if a nuclear bomb or anything was to drop, you know what I'm saying, it would blow your house away. It wouldn't even be a difficult matter. So we have to start looking at this that's going on, and this is one of the worst situations we have here. You know what I'm saying? We cannot believe, and this is what he's saying. You know what I'm saying? When he hold this thing, he's saying we cannot believe all of the sudden, we cannot believe all of a sudden that's going to change with the Republicans. We know all of a sudden that you feel like it because you ain't taking care of New Yorkers. You more concerned with outsiders. And this is the same thing I told you when you elected cheating ass uh, 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 Q Ball Adams and put him in that position, and you allow Kathy Hossett to secondary coming behind her criminal boss, and she's a criminal in herself. She is a Luciferian, a demon Democrat as well. So there is no way you're going to tell me that this lands on the Republicans when they were trying to stop the border explosion and the criminality and treason of the Biden administration, who facilitated that and made that and actually exacerbated made it even worse. And then now trying to place the blame somewhere else. We need to get rid of. If I was people, I wouldn't vote Mr. Q Ball Adams back into that office. I would get a Republican in there. Step one. Number two, I wouldn't allow Kathy Hossel on her next election to remain there either. You see what I'm saying? They cannot be riding no tenor. When that election comes, you need to vote them out and get sensible people in New York in that spot. Or else New York is going to get destroyed. So this is Point Black saying, stay right, stay tight. We're not going out easy without a fight. Because if they're going to do that to us, we want to stay on our feet like top flight. You know what I'm saying? So, farewell. One, we will meet again.